Hi guys, so today I'll be talking about Consentium and the Consentium cryptocurrency. So Consentium is a digital currency and a group chat application which a platform aimed at communities. Consentium works using C2C, which means consumer to consumer network service of transfer, and a chat community which utilize a model. The program will use a transactional fee redistribution program which will work as an intensive in the creation and the cultivation of strong communities on the application. So the goal of the company is to manage to transit chat application and also develop sustainable app which will be used to host businesses and also real world communities. So basically Consentium wants to become the go-to platform in which all types of businesses will be able to rely on. The company intends to be one of the main platforms for communities in the market in the near future. So the founders of Consentium are Helo and Helo, both with more than a decade of experience in this industry and founders of many other companies. So how does Consentium work? Consentium uses high-level chat by using the Sy98sx algorithm, which enable top-level security. This requires because people want their conversation to be private and they do not want to have other people hacking it. So it is more and more needed to add this measure to any social network which is chat-based. So the company also intends to have low fees and a secure C2C transfer model which will protect the consumer and be decentralized while maintaining its market value. The company intends to also create a platform in which you'll be able to convert the fiat currency to Bitcoin, Ethereum and to Consentium tokens, and also to offer a multi-currency cryptocurrency wallet option for its client. So another important point of the company will be the utilization of a CCM and an engine which will automatically make this chat possible. And basically 1% of every transaction will go to a pool and this money will be distributed later for creators which are working on the platform. So Consentium will have features like an incentive for user to which wants to build group and with over 1,000 people. It is an easy process for businesses who wants to use the chat to communicate with their customers and cryptocurrency discussion group. The reward system will be based on the creation of quality groups which will base on some important merit like the size of the group and the reputation of the user. The reputation system will go from 1 to 10 based on the number and the total size of transaction that the user made in the last 30 days. So this is made to ensure that only active user will have the reputation points. So the quality of the group will be based on the total number of users on a certain group with more than 5 reputation points. A group with a few trustworthy individuals will have more value than a group with a larger number or untrusted ones. So how to invest in a Consentium ICO? As you are interested in investing in a Consentium ICO for the CSM token, investing in this company can be a good idea. If you are planning to use this platform in the future, the best way to invest would be to use the ICO, which is the initial coin offering of the company, and for the opinion of whether using Consentium is good or not, I think that this company will be a great investment if you wish to invest in a company which look like it can be very profitable and it is run by people who have experience in the market and also know a lot about how to create a successful company. So now I'll be talking about the LAtoken. So what's an LAtoken is it is the first multi-asset tokenization protocol. It aims to fill the gap by creating a blockchain platform that allows its user to create and trade asset tokens whose value is linked to the price of the real asset. How does the LAtoken work is it develops an open source liquid asset protocol that establishes the link between the token and underlying asset and enable a quick creation of the customized asset tokens comply for P2P trading on the LA platform and also crypto exchange. The protocol is tailored for any asset class and allows third party to create new asset tokenization application. So this protocol allows to tokenize asset worth at least 600 trillion, ranging from equity, commodition to real estate and even artwork. So asset owners can sell part of the asset to a LAtoken certified custom and then issue the asset token linked to the asset value and then sell them to the crypto holders. And then crypto holders may sell the asset token to on a secondary market. The platform is already operational. It allows trading tokenized shares of Apple, Google, and other blue chips as well as gold, oil, and real estate via cryptocurrency. You can buy and sell pieces of physical asset in a trusted and permanently trackable way, and they are currently finalizing negotiation with 4 major crypto exchange lists on the LAtoken. So the LAtoken is actually a game changer. What I mean by that, it actually allows crypto holders to diversify crypto portfolio with assets from all major asset classes without converting to flat, with low transaction costs and maximize transparency and security. So LAtoken also offers a unique opportunity for crypto holders to gain exposure to value of liquid asset accessible only to large investors, and then diversify their portfolio. Flat traders can prefer LAtoken to NASDAQ due to lower transaction costs and 24/7 availability. So as for the owner of liquid assets such as real asset or work of art, they can tokenize them and sell them by fractions with liquidity premium estimated at 10 to 40%. So the LAtoken can be used to pay for the platform services such as asset tokenization, KYC, knowing your customer, transactions, and etc. So as a utilized token, it is compliant with all regulations and it is available for US contributor. So for now, I'll be continuing the next topic which I mentioned the last session will be the difference between hard fork and soft fork. So forks, all the three of them seems to be established features of the cryptocurrency landscape. But why are they such a big deal, and also what's the difference between hard forks and soft fork? A fork in a programming terms is an open source code modification. Usually the fork code is similar to the original but with important modification. The two prompts comfortably coexist, and sometimes a fork is used to test a process, but with cryptocurrency, it is more often used to implement a fundamental change or to create a new asset with similar but not equal characteristic as the original. You're welcome. You actually can search more information about it. There's plenty of articles online. So continuing on, not all forks are intention. With a widely distributed open source code base, a fork can happen accidentally when not all nodes are replicating the same information. So usually these forks are identified and also resolved. However, a majority of cryptocurrency forks are due to disagreement over certain characteristics. So one thing to bear in mind with forks is that they have a shared history. The record transaction on each of the chain, be it old or new, is identical prior the split. So for the hard forks, there are actually two main types of programming fork, which is the hard and soft. The hard fork is a change to a protocol that renders older versions invalid. If older version continue running, they will end up with a different protocol and with the different data than the newer version. This can actually lead to significant confusion and also possible error. So with Bitcoin, a hard fork will be necessary to change defining parameters such as the block size, the difficulty of cryptographic puzzle that needs to be solved, limit to additional information that can be added. A change to any of these rules will actually cause blocks to be accepted by the new protocol but rejected by older version and could lead to serious problem and possibly even a loss of funds. So for instance, if the block size limit were to be increased from 1 MB to 4 MB, a 2 MB block will be accepted by the node running the new version, however will be rejected by the node running the older version. So let's say if 2 MB block is validated by an updated node and added onto the blockchain, if the next block is validated by the node running an older version of the protocol, what will happen? It will add to its block to the blockchain, but it will detect that the latest block is not valid, so it will actually ignore that block and attach its new validation to the previous one. So suddenly you will have two blockchains, so one with both older and newer version blocks, and another will with only older version blocks. So which change grow faster will actually depend on which node get the next block validated, and there could end up being additional split. So this is what a hard fork is, and it's potentially messy and risky, as it is possible that Bitcoin spent in a new block could then be spent again on an old block, since merchant, wallets, and user running the previous code will not detect the spending on a new code, which they deem invalid. So the only solution is for one branch to be abandoned in the favor of the others, which involve some miner losing out the transaction themselves, or they will just be relocated. So all nodes will need to switch to the newer version at the same time, which is difficult to achieve in all decentralized, widely spread system. So now I'll be talking about a soft fork. Soft fork can still work with older version. So if a protocol is changed in a way that tightens the rule, that implement a cosmetic change, or that adds up a function that does not affect the structure in any way, then the new version block will be accepted by the old version node, not the other way around, though the newer, tighter version will reject the old version blocks. So in Bitcoin, ideally old version miner will realize that their block were rejected and will upgrade. As more miner upgrade, the chain will then predominantly new block becomes the longest, which will further often old version blocks and will lead to more miners upgrading, and the system self-correct since new version blocks are accepted by both old and upgraded node. The new version block will eventually win. So for instance, say the community decided to reduce the block size to 0.5 MB from the current limit of 1 MB. New version node will reject 1 MB block and will build on the previous block if mined with an updated version of the code, which will create a temporary fork. So this is a soft fork and it's already happened several times. Initially, Bitcoin didn't have a block size limit. Introducing the limit of 1 MB was done through a soft fork, and since the new rule was stricter than the old one, the pay-to-script hash function, which enhanced the code without changing the structure, was also successfully added through a soft fork. And this type of amendment generally require only the majority of miners to upgrade, which makes it more feasible and less disruptive. So soft fork do not carry the double spend risk, since merchant and user running old node will read both new and old version of block. I still got how many? 10?
9 minutes.
9 minutes. I'll go back to what is an ICO. So in an ICO, a project creates a certain amount of digital token and sell it to a public. ICO also stands for Initial Coin Offering, which refers to the creation and the sales of a digital token. So in an ICO, a project usually sell it to the public and then exchange it for other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ether. So the public could be interested in tokens on offer for Ethereum or the following reason. The token has an inherent benefit. It grants the holder access to a service or say in an outcome or a share in the project's earning. So the benefit will be increasing demand, which will push up the market price of the token. So tokens, especially those of successful sales, are usually listed on exchange, like what I mentioned and talked about, the LAtoken thing. So currently CSM is listed on the LAtoken exchange. So when it's listed on exchange, initial buyers can sell their holdings and new buyer can come in at any time. So as a type of digital crowdfunding, token sales enable startups not only to raise funds without giving up equity, but also to boost bootstrap the project's adoption. So buyers can benefit from both the access to the service that the token confer, and from its success through appreciation of the token price. This gain can be realized at any time, usually by selling the token on an exchange, or a buyer can show their increasing enthusiasm for the idea by purchasing more token in the market. So, what's the history of ICO? The first fairy token sales appeared in 2014, where 7 projects raised a total of 30 million. The largest that year was Ethereum. Over 50 million Ethereum were created and sold to the public, raising over 18 million. So 2015 was a quieter year. 7 sales raised a total of 9 million, with the largest collecting over 5 million. So activity started to pick up in 2016, where 43 sales, including Wave, ICO Nomin, and Link, raised around 256 million. Included in that total is the infamous use of token in the DAO, an autonomous investment fund that aims to encourage Ethereum ecosystem development by allowing investors to vote on which projects to fund. So not long after the sales raised over 150 million, a hacker took off approximately 60 million worth of Ethereum, leading to the project's collapse and a hard fork of the Ethereum protocol. The first fund dedicated to token investment got significant backing from old school venture capitalists. So 2017 saw an explosion of activities. 342 token insurance raised almost 5.4 billion, and the concept to forefront of blockchain innovation. So sales selling out in increasingly shorter period of time, and project fundamental became less important to will-be investors. So along with the increased attention came and concern about the legality of token sales came to a head when the US Securities and Exchange Commission put out a statement saying that if a digital asset sold to US investor had the characteristic of a security ownership right and income stream, or even expectation of a profit from the effort of others, it has to be abide by US securities law. So by the middle of the year, ICO had overtaken virtual capital as the main source of funds for blockchain set up, as they flock to what appears to be an easier and faster ways to raise a huge amount of money without sacrificing any equity in the company. So what are the benefits for the issuer and to the token holder? For the issuer is access to seed funding. much faster and with fewer restrictions than via the virtual capital route. The opportunity to create new decentralized business model and for the token holder is to access to an innovative service and possible gain through an increase in the token price. So that's all I will be talking about today, and I'll continue the next round. Thank you.